Welcome back to the Fast Break. Friends, it is, gosh, what day is it? It is Thursday, April 9th. It's a beautiful day here. Todd, what kind of coffee you drinking this morning?
Khalifa Farms, baby. Khalifa Farms. Straight out the
Oh,
bottle like some OJ or some whole milk.
there you go. There you go. Hey, no free ads unless they do want to sponsor us, in which case
Unless yeah,
we'll say
unless we do
whatever you
free
want.
ads.
If any
Yeah.
coffee slash milk companies would like to sponsor, that would be fantastic. And you know what? We're doing it for free right now. So all you got to do is give us $10 and we'll share everything we got with all 30 to 40 listeners.
Even if it's OnlyFans milk, we'll do ads for that too.
Straight from the source. I like the way you think, Todd. I like the way you think.
Hey, no free
But
ads though.
no free ads, so link in bio. Uh but no, it's good day today here. We're wrapping up the regular season. Everybody's got what, 2 games left? Does anybody have 3 left? Does anybody only have 1 left? I'm not exactly sure. I think everybody's got 2 left. If I'm thinking correctly. Everybody's at 60 games right now. Oh no, some teams still have 3. I guess teams that probably play today. The regular season wraps up on Sunday, and then we can bid adieu to all of the tanking teams that have been dominating the airwaves and complaints about the league lately, and just focus on what looks like it's going to be a fantastic playoffs. I'm really excited for some of these first round matchups, the way some of it is playing out, and teams are going to be jockeying for position with just these last 2 to 3 games. I think we're going to get some awesome first round matchups so far this year.
Yeah, been seeing some MLB influencers be like, has baseball overtaken NBA as the number 2 sport? I'm like, hold your fucking horses. This is like the worst time of the year for the NBA. Where have you been all year? Wemby, Jokic, fucking OKC the first 2 months. Like, this is the worst time of the year. Everyone's focusing on college. The real shit's about to begin. Once we get play-in and then the playoffs, that's where the real games start.
Yeah, I mean, we go through this every year. This is the worst section because teams are tanking. And you go through the dog days of the year where teams are not playing good regardless because it's game 55 and you just got done with the All-Star break or whatnot. And then you go immediately into teams tanking and football season's done, so all the focus is on basketball. But then, like you said, the playoffs come along and you get really good basketball, and everybody forgets about that for the next 7 months until it starts again. Um,
Except when Miami loses to Cleveland by 40.
yeah, that was tough last year.
Last year, yeah, that was brutal. But hey,
Wasn't that was the most
it's not because they weren't trying. They were trying.
they were trying. They're
Cleveland
just
is just
bad.
better.
They were just bad. Um, yeah, honestly, all these teams should come out and they should just be like, "We're not tanking. We just suck. We're really bad. Like, please leave us
Yeah.
alone. We're trying." Although that might
When
be
they play
worse. It's
G
like,
League, when they play G League guys that are minus 79 through like 4 games, it's like, yeah, you're really trying there,
yeah,
bud. You just keep playing. If you play this lineup that's like minus 105 through 4 games, sick.
giving it the old college try because literally these guys are supposed to be in college. They should not be
Yeah,
professional players.
they're not NBA
Um,
players, yeah.
yeah,
But hey,
maybe maybe
OKC did it, and
maybe
now they're
maybe at the
champions.
maybe at the end of the pod we'll do our 21 gun salute to the 10 teams that are actively have not been trying for the last month and a half. And we don't have to
Respect
talk
to
about
them.
them.
As a Celtics fan back in high school, I can remember fucking rooting my ass off every time they lost, or every time the Nets lost, being like, "Yes,
Yeah.
Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, let's fucking go!" Like That's how and hey, you win a championship. That's how it happens.
Say what you will, man. Tanking works, and there's a reason why people do it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, the Spurs would not have Wembanyama if they wouldn't have been tanking. Like, it's just it
100%.
happens. But anyway, I'm glad we don't have to talk about them after this episode, and just for when the lottery happens, which is I mean, this is the lottery episode is gonna be crazy because that's gonna decide a lot of things, for the next couple of years. The lottery could arguably swing the championship if it goes to a couple of teams, like, that's the craziest part about it, so that'll be at least with all this tanking, all the bullshit that comes along with that, on the flip side of it, the lottery is gonna be a massive, massive day instead of like, "Oh, yeah, the Portland Trailblazers and Charlotte Hornets are picking 2nd and 3rd." Now it's like, "Oh, shit, Indiana, who went to the finals 2 years ago, got the number 1 pick." Like, this could be this could change the next 10 years of the NBA, so it will be
You know, it'd be
exciting.
sick if like a team that won the lottery that was still playing in the playoffs could then well, I guess the draft doesn't happen till after the season. But they could just be like, "Yeah, we won the number 1 pick. We're taking this guy, put him on a roster right now for this championship run." Like if OKC was just like, "Yeah, if the Clippers got bounced in the play-in and then they won the fucking lottery and we're just like, yeah, we're plugging AJ DeMonster like right in."
I don't
And it
know
would
how
just
much it
be
would work. I don't know how much it would work, like, don't get me wrong, I love AJ DeBonsa, but I don't know if you put him in a playoff series right now that it
get
wouldn't
him his
go
reps early.
I don't know if that would I think it'd probably go pretty badly, honestly, but
It
you
wouldn't be
never
great.
know. If he balled out,
Again,
that'd be
the
crazy, like, somebody fouls out and they put him in, and he just drops 20 in a game 7 to win the
yeah. No, the draft,
championship.
I mean, obviously the draft doesn't happen till after the season, so it's a stupid point, but I could see in 15 years a number 1 lottery pick like Cooper Flag, who is in a position where it's like, "Well, I'm being drafted by this team, why can't I just go now?" And then, somebody like Sam Presti's like, "Yeah, why can't he just join our team right now?" And it's like, them just pressing the league. Anyway,
Yeah. Well,
gonna be a fun lottery episode.
speaking of Cooper Flag, today we are going to give out our awards, our end of season NBA awards that they do. And so you want to just start with Rookie of the Year since we already brought him up. Might as well. Um,
Fuck it. Let's give the honorary white boy award because that's what it's been lately.
yeah, yeah. I mean, two. Speaking of milk, two premium 2%ers leading the way for the rookies this year, and I went with the one from up north. Actually, I guess they're both because one's from Wisconsin and one's from Maine. So really, just straight how you draw it up. I mean, we're not talking about no Tyler Heroes or anything like that. Like these are old school. And from my opinion, I went with Cooper Flag. Now I've been on the con train all year long. Um, and still a giant, giant fan of him. And he's actually helped with winning this year. And just incredibly impressive, leading the league in threes, and can't say enough good things about Khan. But what Cooper Flag has kind of had to deal with in this Dallas situation and some of the performances that he's still put out. And I mean, yeah, is a little bit of recency bias? Sure. Dropping 45 on LA and then 51 right before that on Orlando. It means, setting records for scoring in his rookie year. When on the flip side of Khan being able to help a winning team and whatnot, Cooper Flag is doing this really without much help at all. I mean, he doesn't have Kyrie there. He's got Clay, but other than that, I mean, what's the focus on defense for any of these teams besides Flag? I mean, he's getting double teamed sometimes up the court. Um, and still is able to just drop buckets. And I mean, um, being 21 on 46% shooting, which is pretty solid. Uh, Obviously, Khan blows him out of the water in 3-point percentage, but that's not helping my argument. And yeah, 6.5 rebounds a game, 4.5 assists. Just what he's had to deal with in the offensive performances that he had this year, I just think it's really been impressive, even though he's had a couple of slumps throughout the year. So I'm still rocking with Cooper Flag for my rookie of the year.
Yeah, anybody looking at winning percentage when it comes to this fucking award can, can go fuck themselves. Like, I mean, it's rookie of the year. You're gonna feel dumb. I mean, look, I love Khan. This is as close to me not voting for Cooper Flag as I could get, where it's like, look, Khan is really pushing the needle. He's not doing what he's doing on Dallas. If you flip him and Cooper Flag, I'm sorry, but Charlotte doesn't start 4-14 and doesn't like they're not in the play-in mix. They're solidly in the top 5 or 4 seeds mix. So got to give it to Flag. What he's doing on a Dallas team, completely carrying their roster. If they weren't actively trying to tank, I actually think he would be contributing to winning more. I just think that they're trying to lose.
Probably could have brought back Kyrie by now if they were like trying to win and stuff like that. Wouldn't have
Probably couldn't
traded
have not
AD.
traded Anthony Davis
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
been moderately decent. Yeah. So, yeah, you just got to give it a Flag. Generational talent. Now, Khan in a lot of years is the rookie of the year. He's leading the NBA in 3-point shooting. That's remarkable. Or at least he's made the most 3-pointers in the NBA. That is, I mean, we're looking at maybe better Klay Thompson, especially in terms of playmaking. I think he's got a better overall game, better. Well, we'll see if he's better defensively, but definitely better shooting at all points of the court earlier than Klay. Certainly hasn't put up 60 points in 3 quarters yet, so that's yet to be seen. But yeah, love Khan's game. I had VJ third on my ballot. And then who did I have? Not that really anybody cares, but let me just get this off real quick. Oh yeah, Harper fourth. How about you go? You go fifth. Got to put him on my ballot. Sorry, maybe a little bit of bias there, but guy's fucking dominant when it comes to on off, and clearly is going to be a winning player. And yeah, I don't know. Think he's certainly contributed to a number of Celtics wins this year. So I'm putting him fifth on my ballot.
Yeah, it was tough for me. Obviously, VJ's third, great season for him with Philly. They've got to be happy with how it went. I don't know if they expected it to be this good. See, Colin and Cooper did not hit the rookie wall, which is really impressive for them. VJ is one of those guys that like halfway through, 3 quarters through the year, hit that rookie wall, which is fine. It happens to a lot of players, some of the best players. So, but he definitely did hit it as well as a couple other guys. Another guy that came on strong at the end of the year actually was Ace Bailey. Utah not getting a lot of attention. I've watched their games maybe 10 minutes throughout the second half of the season just because most of them have been really ugly. Um, but he's actually been putting out some really good stats. I mean, somebody has to, obviously, on that team right now, but I liked how he's played. And then yeah, like you said, Hugo not gonna have the stats at all. I don't think he will make the first team. Um, but I think he deserves to be on the second team, but just a winning player, hustle, rebounding, defense is phenomenal, deflecting passes. He's really good. And then, like you said, Harper as well has been just awesome for San Antonio.
What kind of numbers are Harbor or Hugo putting up on that Utah team though? Like, let's
That
be honest. I think they're
yeah,
putting up better numbers than Ace Bailey. You could argue maybe not because they're not playing for them because Utah's like, all right, you're too good. You need to stop. You
that's
need to
that's
sit your
taking a
ass down.
That's taken a little bit away from what Ace has done, but I agree. I think Ron Harper for sure would be scoring a lot
Let's
on
kill it.
Utah. Oh, I'm not sure his game isn't necessarily like put up buckets, but he probably would
Getting
get
a
a
lot
lot of
of offensive
transition.
rebounds and dunks and fucking I don't know. I
It'd be a
just
lot
think
of
he's a winning player.
yeah, he is. So like I said, Hugo does a
On
lot
a
of things that
bad
don't show up on
team,
this.
I think he could maybe do more offensively than we realize. I just think it's on a team like the Celtics, he's not getting the reps. Like, but you're right. Maybe it's like, all right, on a team like Utah, you see him with the reps, you're like, all right, settle down, guy.
Yeah,
Who knows?
the thing is, we'll never know because the Celtics always have way too much depth for any of these younger guys to actually get up the shots that they want to get up because you have Derek White, Jalen Brown, and Jason Tatum before you even get to Peyton Pritchard. And so all those guys need to get at least their 10 shots a game. So it's like there's just we'll see. Um,
I like that you shouted out Ace though. He's especially towards the end of the year, he has started to pick it up, and it's good to see because especially coming out of the draft last year, we all liked him, but there was some issues there, and you know, we'll see.
yeah. Um, so yeah, that's mainly the rookies I focused on. There's a couple of other guys. Um, to shout out as well too. Um,
Cole Brenner.
Brenner's been good. I'm trying to think. Didn't do second team
Yeah, I didn't those
go
are the
that
two
deep
guys
on
I thought
mine.
of.
Let's see if there's anybody I really need to shout out before moving on to the next one. Do do do. Oh, Derek Queen, solid rookie year.
Yeah.
Needed Reno for the Kings, I liked as well too. I actually picked him up on my fantasy team for a bit. But yes, that is a lot of like he's big and he just will get 10 points a game because he's around the basket and rebounds too. I don't think he's gonna be nowhere near an all-star level player, but at least it looks like the Kings didn't fail that pick.
Shout
And our
out
guy
Colin Cowherd out of
and our
Wazoo.
I was just about to say have to shout out our guy Cedric Coward from the
No,
Grizzlies.
Colin.
Colin Coward. Yeah.
Right.
Um, yeah, that was a crazy blunder for for
I will never forget that. Like every time I see him, I'll be like, "Oh, it's Colin Cowherd." I'll probably make that joke to you like 20 times over the next fucking 10 years.
yeah.
Probably
No, that
more,
was,
honestly, because I'm dumb, but
that's such a bad one from on-air talent. Um, but yeah, he had a good rookie year as well too. It's just, on the Grizzlies and they've been just irrelevant the second half of the year, so you don't really check in with them that much, but really solid rookie year from him as well too, and then, yeah, but okay, there's our rookie of the year. Got through the first one and only took 15 minutes. I was just kidding. Alrighty, what do you wanna do what do you wanna do next? Should we end on
let's just
MVP?
breeze through Coach of the Year.
Yeah, Joe Ma, easy. Easiest one ever. I mean,
I'm voting Bickerstaff. I
really?
didn't Yeah, no, fuck that guy for saying that this award doesn't matter. No, I'm just kidding. I agree with him. I love the take by Joe Ma being like, yeah, fuck that award. But I can't, in good faith, vote for him if he's like, yeah, I don't fucking care. Fuck that.
Okay.
JB Bickerstaff did a great job. He's done a good job, especially with Cade out. Great culture, completely flipped that franchise around. Deserving. And also, let's be honest, this is an award that goes to coaches that aren't really that good. They just kind of deserve it. Versus Joe Ma might be the next Eric Spoelstra. How many Coach of the Year awards does Eric Spoelstra have? How many Coach of the Year awards does Greg Popovich have? That might be what we're looking at for Joe Ma. But JB Bickerstaff, he's more in that, Dwayne Casey level of like, he could get fired next year if they underachieve. That's my shit. Like I think he's gonna win it.
Could JB Bickerstaff be fired this year if they lose in the first round?
To Charlotte,
Yeah,
after potentially winning, I don't think so with the injury to Cade. If they
that's
came
fair.
back next year and were like the 6th seed, yeah, I could see that.
Okay, okay. Um,
Especially dude, well, Mike Malone, fuck. Why is he not coaching in the NBA? We'll get to that later.
we're gonna get
Oh,
to that later. We're gonna get to that later.
yeah,
That's called a preview. That's
yeah.
called foreshadowing. Um, yeah, link in bio. But no, I went with coach of the year or I went with Joe Ma because of coach of the year, just because look, yeah, that Detroit team has overachieved. They were not supposed to be the 1 seed, but we thought they were gonna at least be the 4, the 3, worst case,
Right.
5 or 6, and then the 1 seed. And it's been a phenomenal season for them. But you had a lot of talent on that roster. Dude, we were talking about the Celtics potentially like tanking for the number 1 overall pick, and this is the number 2 seed in the East. He's turned Jalen into well, I mean, Jalen did it himself. Like you said, it's players, not coaches. But he has implemented a system that has gotten JB to be top 5 for MVP. The development that he's done with Hugo and Luka Garza, um, and Pritchard over the last few years, I just
Fireman,
it's
Kada.
Shireman, thank you. It's just been Hausa. It's just been a phenomenal job by him with the entire organization. Um, and I think it starts with him, the fact that the team didn't even consider tanking. Because I'm sure there was conversations between him and Brad of like, do we throw away this year and try to get a top pick? And I know that actually those conversations might not even have happened because Brad knew that shit wasn't even gonna fly with Joe. So
Brad's like, "Okay, if we wanna do that, we have to fire him."
yeah, literally. So this is more of a first of all, fucking overachieving to the max, and also a culture and like just award based on what he's been able to do with the entire organization. So no doubt in my mind, I think Joe Mazzulla deserves this award.
100%. That if he does win it, I don't think he will after he came out. I think he actively said that because he just is like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to have to be like, yeah, thanks.
And that's
Because
why
now if they do
he
vote
should
for
be.
him,
He's a
well,
psychopath.
no, but if they fucking vote for him, he's gonna be like in the pictures, like not smiling, just like,
Well, he's not
and
gonna
then like, and he's gonna like hand it to someone and just be like, got him. Or
dude,
he won't even show up and he'll just have, like, fucking Tatum and fucking Kata accept it for him or something. I don't fucking know, like
he'll probably
or
have
fucking
He'll
Brad
probably have
Stevens.
Hugo go
No.
accept it on his behalf. Be like, "Yeah, I love you." Okay, but
Anyway, yeah, stupid award. Honestly, I kind of agree with him. I'm like, "Nah, nobody really fucking cares." Half the time those guys get fired a year or 2 later.
yeah, I know. It's almost a kiss of death for, a lot of these coaches. So that's probably why he doesn't want it. He's probably mental about it. He's like, I've seen what's happened to the others. It's not happening to me. I'm gonna bash it until I don't win it.
He's like,
But
"You know
and
what the
then
Coach of the Year award is? Fucking championship.
yeah,
That's the Coach of the Year award."
honestly. And that's why he's good at his job. That's why
That's why he's our coach.
that's why he turned the corner and did what Ime Udoka couldn't do. Speaking of coaching that's gone bad this year,
Yeah.
my God. Ugh. Also just wanted to give a shout out to Mitch Johnson. I mean, what he's done with the Spurs. I mean, that is a collection of talent that is phenomenal. And a lot of that is due to their front office and just Wemby being able to let you do whatever you want to do. But he's done a phenomenal job, especially coming on the back of um, Popovich, which could not have been super easy. So props to him for how he's navigated like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Um,
100%.
but yeah, okay, coach of the year. Let's go sixth man. Six man. Shout out to Drake. But guess what? A Raptor isn't winning this. I can't lie, Todd.
Drake May's a fucking god.
I
I'm
think,
just kidding.
yeah. Yeah, well, not in the Super Bowl. Um, but I think we
Shut up,
both
Mike Vrabel.
yeah, you dirty dog, dude. You dirty dog.
No,
How
fuck the
about
New
that?
York Post. That was some bullshit. They're just talking about getting AJ Brown. That's all they're talking about.
She'll get AJ Brown there. I know what she's doing. Holding hands, sipping Mai Tais on the
Honestly,
pool.
who fucking cares? It was
Well
funny. It's more funny than anything. I don't
well,
really give a
Todd
fuck.
Todd, think about the children.
Well, your mom's a whore.
Oh my god. Alright. Alright. Well,
No, I'm kidding. I don't
this
know
is
her.
this
Again,
is
I
your new
honestly don't think it was that serious.
this is your new stepdaddy coaches the Patriots.
Shout
Uh,
out Mike. Great coach on and off the field.
turn that pineapple upside down.
Yeah.
Um, I
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, speaking of pool parties, I went with Jaime Jaquez of the Miami Heat. Uh, look, he's been great this year. He followed up, a rough sophomore slump with a great performance this year and shooting the ball really well, just coming off the bench, has been part of kind of Miami starting to figure it out, after they kind of were dead. And a big reason is for him playing consistently throughout the year, especially with no Tyler Hero when he needed to be kind of more than a sixth man. So I think he deserves it. I mean, you got other guys, Keldon Johnson on the Spurs, but it's honestly just personal preference because a lot of these guys, it's about the same, and it was a weird year for it. Clearly, no runaway guy. So I just went with Jaime Jaquez, just because I think he was tasked with doing a little bit more off that bench for Miami. That bench that is actually pretty thin for them as compared to a deep Spurs team. So I went with Jaquez.
Yeah. Uh my thought was Keldon Johnson. I'm glad you brought him up. Just because like low key kind of an emotional center of a team that is rolling, obviously. Gonna just won their 60th game. Obviously, you've got a number of players that are more important than him on that team, but is worthy of starting on their team, comes off the bench and, fills the role perfectly. Like you said, super weird year for it. The award has become more and more clouded, I guess would be the right word, just because it's like, man, this guy started 30 games for them and we're gonna give him 6 man of the year. But again, it's like I I don't know. I don't really know how to vote for that award anymore. It's basically just like who's the best role player that's not too good, but it's pretty good. Like it's just with the way that they do lineups now, it's just weird. So not a good award this year. But yeah, I think Kellen Johnson's deserving. Javi Jaquez obviously also deserving.
Oops, I'm muted. I thought it was funny on the Simmons podcast. They were going through it. They're like, "Why do we do 6 man? What if we do the second best player on each team, the third best player on each team? Who's the best fourth option on each team? Who's the fifth best player? Like, should we just do all those?" So yeah, it is a weird award. There's some years there is a guy that definitely deserves to be acknowledged for what he does off the bench. This is not one of those years. This is one of those years where they're giving it out because they have to give it to somebody. Like,
100%.
you can definitely you can definitely tell the story of the season without mentioning Jaime Jaquez. Keldon Johnson, I'll give you this. If the Spurs go on and win the championship, he definitely deserves to be, like, remembered for that because of how good he's been for that, team. Shout out Califia, if you're watching. If you're watching on the YouTube, which you should be, and also giving us a listen on Apple Podcasts as well too. Todd is sipping on some cold brew with some hot, hot takes. Um, and totally lost my train of thought there, but anyway, yeah, 6th man of the year, like, when the Celtics won and Peyton Pritchard won it, yeah, he should be mentioned in the lore of the season, and there's certain ones like that, or, like, shout out Seattle legend Jamal Crawford as well too, like, one of the best 6 man of all time, maybe I don't
Manu,
know. What?
Manu.
Manu? Yep, exactly, like, you you don't get those Spurs teams without them, so, like, there's certain years it's important, and some years it's not, and this year it's not, and that's why we're gonna move on. Because now we
Bill
get to
Walton.
yes. Yes, sir, Bill Walton. RIP, shout out. I was just looking the other day at those, the Walton shirts they wore after he died. I think I gotta go get one of those because those are fire with the black shirts with the tie-dye Walton across with, like, the Celtics logo. Yeah, those are
Pick
hard.
me one up too while you're at it.
Yeah, well, if you're a good boy, maybe for your birthday, Todd.
God.
Speaking of a good boy, most improved player. So who was naughty last year and who's nice this year? We're gonna go with
Been in the gym getting his shots up.
I'm I'm shooting today from the hip. Uh, this one this one's pretty easy for me, at least. I thought just from what I've watched, earlier in the year for me, it was Duran, and honestly, with Cade out, him keeping them afloat, definitely could have been him as well too, but just the leap statistically that Nickeil Alexander-Walker has made, especially for a guy that's already been in the league for 6 years. So, like, it's, like, kind of a random spike, whereas Duran, we're talking what is it, year 4 or 5 for him? Um, let me look this up real
This is
quick.
why this war is weird.
This is
It's
also
like, do I vote for the guy that made actually the biggest jump, or do I make vote for the guy that, like, made the most improbable jump? Like,
yeah.
you could
Yeah,
look at
look
Jalen Johnson and be like, "This guy went from, like, pretty good to, like, oh, this guy's, like, one of the best 20 players in the league, easily. Maybe probably one of the best 15 players in the league." But
yeah.
also, like, they traded Trae Young, and he just had more of an opportunity, and I think we would have all assumed he would have done that based
Mhm.
on his usage and also his age, so do I really wanna give it to him over Nah?
Yeah. I mean, look, you could go with a couple of guys from Atlanta, and that's probably why they've turned their season around so much, is just the blossoming that these 2 guys have done. I went with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I totally understand the argument for Dern as well too, but my thought is, like, from a guy from year 3 to 4, it's still a little, like it's still a little young for him. I'm like, yeah, he's gotten better each year. We're talking about a guy with a Nickeil Alexander-Walker that I definitely thought we were at his peak. I thought we were where we were gonna be with him, if that makes sense. But anyway, 9.4 points to 20.9, basically 9.5 to 21 points a game. Improved his field goal percentage by 2%, improved his 3-point percentage by 2%. His free throw percentage went up 12%. And also, this is one of those awards that you can factor in winning with it as well too, because he's been part of the reason why the Hawks have been on an absolute heater uh, for the second half of the season. I mean, at one point they were like 17-1, and he was a major part of that. Uh, Talk about a guy that completely changed his standing in the league. I mean, we thought he was always been a defensive just dog. First team defensive type of guy. But if he's going to have this type of offensive performance with that defense, um, you're looking at a guy that could really, really be an impactful top 30 guy in the league. So I was just really impressed with him this year and was really surprised by it as well too. So I went with Nah, but I understand the Duran, and I also understand the Jalen Johnson part as well too because that he was phenomenal this year. But yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, I think Jalen Johnson's one of those guys. See, this is where the award for me kinda, like, gets hazy where I think the jump that somebody like Jalen Johnson or shout out Jalen fucking Brown this year makes is way harder than like say a guy like I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to give Nah credit, and I think that that's kind of what the spirit of the award is like this is a guy that came out of nowhere that's making a leap to like a borderline all-star type role. Honestly, kind of in the realm of like a Norm Powell last year, where it's like, is this guy like a top 25 guy right now? This year he clearly, obviously made an all-star team and stuff, but on those fucking Raptors teams, it's like this is a nice little scorer off the bench. Now it's like, oh, this guy is like closing games for the Clippers at some point. So, it's a weird award. I just think that the jump that a guy like Jalen Johnson again, shout out JB. Don't know if it's a little disrespectful to even bring him up because he's like, don't vote me most improved. Fuck you. Like I've been this good. I just been on a good team that doesn't need me to do this. But still, him carrying a team all the way to the 2 seed in the East when the East was pretty not as bad as everyone thought it would be. Very competitive this year, and also like with a fuck you edge. Uh, I'd like to shout both of them out, but I don't think there's any way you can go wrong from it. I think all 4 of those guys are deserving.
Yeah. No, they've all had phenomenal years. I just think the thing with me that went with Nah was just because, like I said, thought I knew who he was. Jalen Johnson, you definitely saw glimpses of this last year and throughout the end of last season to where we kind of knew he was going to be a little bit more of a player. Now he's surpassed what we thought, but kind of had a hunch this was going to happen with him. Part of the thing with Duran as well too. Now it's obviously been a little bit more surprising than that, but I was high on Jalen Johnson. Uh so it was just nah for
Just
me.
needed to get rid of Trey.
I said nah to Jalen Johnson. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Celtics just needed to get rid of Tatum, and then Jaylen Brown just opened it up.
Also, yeah, what you said with too was like, yeah, I mean, did I think Jalen Brown had this in him? A little bit. There's part of me that could fathom it, and he's won Finals MVP, and he's played at this level for spurts throughout the years, but now he just did it for an entire season. So, yeah.
Did I think that he had the potential to do this any given night? 100%. Did I think he had the potential to do this for a month? Yeah. Did I think that Jaylen Brown was ever going to make first team All NBA? Honestly, no. He's surpassed, and he's my favorite player. I would say him and Wemby are my favorite players in the NBA right now. Not even just that's just completely biased for not even just NBA reasons, but also just like political and like social reasons, and also just like where like how they approach the game and everything like that. But he surpassed even my expectations. So, and I think the amount of hate that he gets is way too high. So I'm a little biased. You're right. It's probably ridiculous for me to even be throwing him out. Jalen Johnson's closer to this type of award than JB, but I just got to give him a shout out for what he did this year.
No, super valid. Super valid. Um, okay. Super, super. Defensive player of the year. We're gonna just pretend that he gets to 65 games, and our pick is Wemby. Any questions, class?
Voting Gobert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if he hits
Bang, 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 bang,
65,
bang,
no,
bang.
go.
Make it stop. Make it stop. No, I don't want to hear his name again. No, look,
No, who are you
Gobert
voting for
has
if it's not Wemby though? Because that's
my guy's
obvious.
Chet.
Just I know it's quick. Just make it quick. You're going Chet. Okay.
I'm going Chet.
I'm
I think
going Scotty. I'm going Scotty doesn't know.
that's fair. That's fair.
Scotty Barnes.
Scotty's been really good this year and has been. I mean,
100
shout out to
blocks, 100
Toronto.
steals.
They were hype. I never fully got on the Scotty train. I just didn't know if it was going to happen. But this has been a prove it year, and he did. He was great this year. But as far as rim protection goes, it's like Wemby is on a different planet than any other human being. There's Chet, and then there is a significant gap between like kind of the next rim protector guys, I think. So I just have
I
to go
think
with Chet on that
Gobert
one.
is on Chet's level.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, come on, the guy's won.
he's
He got to
won
make the
4.
Hall of Fame because
He's
he's
won 4.
so
I know,
good
I
at
know, I know, I
defending
know.
the rim.
I
So
know, I know, I know, I know. But it's starting to falter a little bit.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but yes, you're right. It is disrespectful to Gobert to say he's not near the Chet level. So yeah, I'll give you that. Um, okay, let's go
Is
with
Asar better than Amen on defense at this point?
Asar. Dude,
Is he better than Amen at this point on defense? I think he might be.
Amen has had a tough kind of
I know. I hate to hate on him, but
this
I think his
year.
brother
It's
might be better at defense now.
I know, I know, and remember at the beginning of the year, I was like, oh, it's clearly Amen. Amen. However you say it, but it's they keep fluctuating.
We're not
Uh,
religious.
yeah, I'm sorry. Not to get political. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't watch both of them closely enough to because I've stopped watching the Rockets pretty much after the first half of the year because it's just not a great product. And I don't catch enough Detroit games because they're always playing at the same time as the Celtics. So honestly, I don't know. Go listen to somebody smarter than me if you want to know who's better at defense, Asar or Amen.
Well, I'll say, according to the really smart people that I've heard talk about it, and also from what I've seen from the limited games that I've seen, Sar is kind of leading their defense aside from the idea that Duran is like controlling the paint and like, doing all that. But as far as guarding perimeter players, like Asar is taking that on and seems to be doing more of an effective job than Amen is this year. They're both freaks. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I just had him and Mobley on my little list of like, got to shout out Evan Mobley too. He's clearly just anchors what they've got going on. Cleveland only a game behind the Knicks right now.
yeah.
Could
That
the Knicks
4
fall to the 4 seed?
that 4-5 with them potentially in Atlanta could be a real fun series.
Well, they might surpass the Knicks.
I know. And we only got 2
So
games
you're
left
saying the
though.
Knicks and Atlanta.
Dude, either. Knicks Atlanta, Cleveland Knicks, Atlanta, Cleveland. I think any of those
Uh-huh.
4 or 5 matchups would be fun, honestly.
What are the
They're all
Knicks
playing
fans
good
gonna
ball.
say with no Trey Young there?
Fuck Trey Young. Trey Young,
Jalen Johnson!
Trey Young looks
Fuck
like my
Jalen
daddy's
Johnson!
dead.
That guy's head looks like my dad's nutsack.
I don't know what that looks like, but that's what I assume what it would look like if I had seen it. Shout out to New York fans, man. Just the dumbest people. Not like Boston's any better when you get all those drunk fans out there.
What, you think you fucking better than me?
You think you're better than me? Trey Young, you think you're better than me?
Think you fucking better than me, Trey Young, huh?
This has been brought to you by Body Armor. That ad is so good. When I have a hard workout, I go down and I get a Body Armor. Buddy. Okay, let's wrap this up for the awards. MVP. So I think we might disagree on this one.
I
I'm
think
gonna
it
go
came
Shea.
around.
You came
Yeah,
around?
yeah,
All right. I went
I did.
Shea, 31.1 points a game, which not many guys have averaged 31 or more in the history of the NBA. 4.3 rebounds, 6.6 assists. He is shooting 60% from 2. He's shooting 53% from the field, 38% from 3, 87% from the line. He's shooting better from 2 and from 3 than Wemby. Averages a full 7 more points than Wemby. He's the number 1 seed, and he has been the most consistent every single night. He doesn't have a bad game. So that's why I got to reward him with the MVP this year because I think he's just been phenomenal. We're talking about like shooting numbers that basically you saw with Michael Jordan and prime Kobe, and that's about it. And the defense has been a little bit better this year as well too. He's been back to being a plus defender, so there's a little bit less of a gap on that side of the court. I'm gonna go with Shea. I understand the argument for Wemby. I also understand the argument for Nikola Jokic because guess what? If this argument was about who actually is the most valuable person to their team, it is Nikola Jokic by a mile because the Spurs have been without Wemby for extended amounts of time. The Thunder have been without Shea for extended amounts of time. Um, and they didn't miss much of a beat. Nuggets fall off a cliff without Jokic. But also Jokic had some stretches throughout this year that were not very good. And they're also, well, I guess now they're fighting for the 3 seed, but still, there's a big gap between 1 and 2 and 3. So I'm gonna go Shea, back-to-back MVPs. He's in rarefied air, and I do think he's going to win it. So that's my pick.
Well, I think narratively, Jokic just kind of fell behind the 8 ball because he's already won it a few times, but also because the Nuggets somehow underachieved this year. I think Brown and Gordon being injured and not in the lineup really hurt them. Obviously, Jokic was out of the lineup for an extended period of time this year. Uh, Jamal Murray really carried them. I had SGA 1. You already kind of listed the reasons why. I really didn't want to vote for him, but I just
Yeah.
think he's got to be 1 when you look at the stats and you look at, if Wemby had, if the minutes had been closer and his number, I mean, obviously his numbers start to go up, then it starts to be like, no, I got to put him. But honestly, I got SGA 1, Jokic 2, Wemby 3rd. Um, I Luka, I assume because of this like exemption that he's, according to Zach Lowe, going to contest because he went to go to Europe to be able to see his child being born. Like he should be able to get an exemption for maybe not making the required number of games. So I did have him number 4. Number 5, I got JB. Now, this is assuming Wemby makes it. Now, let's say Wemby doesn't hit this 65. Um, who you putting in this top 5 of MVP? If you have SGA, Jokic, Luka, I assume you'd have Jaylen Brown, Cade and Ant Edwards aren't going to make it. So who'd you have as that 5th spot
Mm,
if Wemby didn't make it?
right, right. Um,
I'm thinking Jalen Johnson. I know, right? Dude, his
Jalen
numbers
Jo
are fucking nuts.
Jalen Johnson's kind of a hot take.
That is a hot
Um,
take. It is. A lot of
it's
people,
just
casuals, would have Jalen Brunson,
I
but
think
it's like, no, fuck that.
no, no, I'm not doing Jalen Brunson.
I'm not saying you would. I'm
Although
just saying
Jalen
casuals
look,
would be like, what about Brunson?
Brunson, I do think has to make second team. He has been good this year, and they're right there. Is it bad to say Kawhi?
MVP, like on your top 5? Get the fuck out of here. I can't.
I know
No, he stunk their season before it started.
I know, I know, I know, I know, but like, dude,
He did single-handedly bring them back from the fucking
he's
dead,
been
but like,
so good, dude. He's been so good for like 80% of the season. That's my pick. That's
I
my
think
pick.
based on principle, I'm voting Jalen Johnson just because it's like, no, I don't think it's kind of like, okay,
Okay, well,
if like
Jalen Johnson and the fucking Hawks weren't playing good for more than the
was
Clippers
that
did.
his fault or is that fucking Trey Young's fault?
Kristaps Porzingis, who had AIDS,
Yeah, like when
he
he's
didn't
been the dude, they're like the best team in the league.
HIPAA violation. He did not have AIDS. Let the record
Yeah,
show. He's got pawns or spawns or something. Pawns,
you got to
something
wrap up
disease.
with those Eastern European women.
You Ingrid, you got to be
I
careful.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a little partial to Jalen Johnson. I think good on both sides, good
People on both
passer,
sides.
great rebounder. Uh, just dude. he's putting up like 26, 13, and 8, like,
It is
all the
nuts.
time. Yeah, like, it's kinda nuts. Like, I don't think anybody realizes how good he is, and I think that next season, we're gonna be like, "Wait, is this guy like a top?" He's gonna start inserting himself into that fucking Tatum JB area. I don't think he can be Jokic or SGA or I don't know. We'll see. I just he's been really fun to watch, and I think when you look at a guy like Durant or Kawhi, when it's like, oh, look how good they've been this year, look how efficient. It's like, yeah, but the off the court stuff's atrocious. Bad vibes. Just based on that, I got to give it to Jalen.
That's fair. Honestly, like, in respect to the game, it probably should go to Jalen Johnson. Now, there's always the flip side of that is like, this guy and this team have had this shit looming over them for the entire season, and he's kept them afloat. And also for the game, the fact that they didn't, tank and give OKC, a lottery pick, also got to give him respect for that. But
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
I don't
look,
think you
man,
can go wrong either way. I
he's
fucking
scoring
love Kawhi.
28. He's scoring 28 a game on 50%. Like he's and playing phenomenal defense. I don't It's tough. That 5th spot's tough because it's like this should already be predetermined, okay? We should really have
Also, they were
one
like
slot.
4-21, and since then have been like top 8 team in the league. So like I don't
Yeah,
blame you
Todd,
for
because
voting quiet. It's like, yeah, the first fucking quarter of the year they were terrible, and since then they've been one of the best teams
because yeah, exactly.
because of Kawhi.
Because Kawhi was busy planting trees, so he didn't have time to play basketball.
Right.
And so, like, as a guy who respects the earth, Todd, and basketball, I'm gonna do Kawhi Leonard. But I understand Jalen Johnson, and this could go. Maybe we got to revisit the most improved player because yeah, the fact that you might have Jalen Johnson 5th in MVP voting from where we thought of him last year, that's pretty crazy.
That's
But
kind of
I'm
where I'm
still
at. Like that's if Wemby doesn't make the ballot. Um
right.
The other thing that could have happened with
I
the
don't.
Clippers too is like, who knows, maybe James Harden was just bitching about his contract the first quarter of the year, and that's why they traded him, and that's why they ended up getting good. They kind of turned it around before they traded him, but that's a weird trade.
Which one?
Although I can guarantee you in 5 years, the Cavs are going to be regretting it.
Oh yeah, of course, dude.
Harlan's
Got
going to
a
be
dec
putting up like 30 points for the Clippers against the
they
Cavs
got
in
a
like a regular season game, and
they got
Harden
a
will be on his
decade
third team.
older. They got a
Yeah,
decade
yeah.
older. Yeah. Look, I liked it for both
Weird
teams,
move
but
by
if
them.
Cleveland is out in the first or second round, and then James Harden gets unhappy next year and moves on, it's gonna be a bad one. It's gonna be a bad one. Okay, there's our awards. Weird year. Weird year.
Weird year. Weird year.
All around. Basketball, America, weird year. Weird year. Um, okay, we're a few minutes until an hour coming up here. Let's speed run some topics real quick. Um, Lakers lose Luka and Austin Reaves. Do you feel bad for them? Do you think they get out of the first round, even if those guys come back at not 100%?
Yeah, they're done.
I think they're done, which
They're
is kind of
they're
sad.
done.
I'm not a Lakers fan, but threw a wrench in it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes the playoffs worse actively because you just have one team that just now like had like a 1 to 5% chance of winning the championship or at least making the finals, and now I don't think they have any chance because you have 2 dudes with soft tissue injuries heading into the playoffs with no ability to, like, really ramp up at all. Yeah, no bueno, and I mean, I think somebody's got to get fired. The fact that Luka continued to play and made it worse. I don't I don't think Luka plays for a while. The Austin Reaves thing, whatever. Like he could come back but that doesn't move the needle in a playoff series to me in terms of being able to win it. Um against one of those top against Houston or Minnesota or Denver. Uh
The
Luka like kind of tweaking his hamstring and staying in the game, that is malpractice by whoever cleared him to stay in the game. Period.
yeah, yeah. I think the only chance they got is if the Lakers somehow, a game and a half back, take the 3 seed. Actually, no. Sorry. What am I talking about? Honestly, they're locked into the 4-5 against the Rockets. You don't think that they can get out of that first round with what they have right now?
Old LeBron and the rest of their role guys, like, no. The
I think there's an
Rockets are
out
the team that lucked the fuck out. The Rockets, I mean, this may have saved Ime Udoka's job.
Rockets are 8-2 in their last 10. No. What I'm saying is like if it's just LeBron, no, they're done. They're cooked. But what I'm saying is like you get Luka back at some point in the
They're not getting
series
Luka.
and you have Austin Reaves back.
You think Luka's coming back for game 1 of the playoffs? I don't.
I don't know what his
Also,
injury
even if
update is.
they get him back, what kind of Luka are they getting? Like, he just tore his hamstring. I
Let
don't
me
know.
look.
I don't like any kind of tearing the hamstring. And then also, I'm pretty sure Austin Reaves had that injury that Franz and fucking Paolo, they were out for the what was it? It was I'm pretty sure it's the thing that also Sam Darnold had. What's that? What's that muscle? Whatever. They were out for an extended
Oblique?
period of time. Yes. I think that's what Reaves has. And I'm pretty sure Luka's a hamstring. I don't know. I just even if they're
Yeah,
back and
Luka's a
playing,
hammy.
but even if they're back and playing, what kind of level are they playing at?
Yeah.
That's where I look at it, and I'm just like, man, like that's not. I don't know. I think they have no shot, which is a shame because I think that was an interesting team heading into it, but now
Yeah.
it's really opening up for OKC.
Um yeah, no, Luka's gonna at least miss 2 to 3 games in the playoffs, so it probably is not gonna happen. Reeves could definitely be back. Um But no, LeBron and Reeves, I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it. It didn't We've seen LeBron and Reeves without AD because AD didn't play much either. Um, yeah,
Forget
you're
about
not
Doc
wrong.
Eaton.
Houston lucked out. And also, Houston's kind of figured out the vibes over the last 10 to 15 games. Uh, we'll see if that continues in the playoffs. They should be feeling good knowing that they got lucky with this matchup. So, um, yeah, sucks for the Lakers. Could still be partly competitive, uh, if they get Reeves back and he's playing okay, and they get Luka back for a couple of games, but they probably won't. So yeah, sucks for them. It's a big L because like honestly, I mean they weren't gonna beat OKC if they matched up with them, but like could they have given the Spurs a couple of issues just because of Luka being on a heater? Yeah, they could have given him like maybe stolen a game or two. Um, but yeah, sucks for
Well,
them.
where it
Okay.
really worked out for OKC is the fact that now Nuggets move to the 3 seed and they get to play San
Yeah.
Antonio. That's a
Well, no, but
bloodbath, but then OKC gets
that's also
what were you gonna
lucky
say?
for the Nuggets too, because I don't think I don't think first of all, worst case scenario for the Nugget. I mean, should the Nuggets
I'm not saying the Nuggets,
they're
I'm
gonna
saying
play
OKC
Minnesota
lucks
probably.
out. I'm just saying
Yeah,
OKC
but so
lucks
does
out
the
in all
Nuggets.
of
I don't
this
think
because now go ahead.
right. Yes, because they get an easier OKC gets an easier second round matchup, but I think the Nuggets would still rather play San Antonio round 2 than they would OKC round 2.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, of course. But now, as far as OKC is concerned, it goes, okay, 6. So Minnesota's beat up. So even if they do make it to the 5 seed, whatever, like we're not really, and we have their number. And then Houston is a mess, and the Lakers are completely injured as hell. Like those are the 3 teams that they're gonna play in the 4-5, with the possibility of playing them in the 4-5, and I don't think they're nervous about any of them. I could see OKC going 8-0 the first 8 games in the playoffs, just sitting there waiting for a Game 7 Nuggets Spurs winner.
Yeah. No, I think this is actually a good scenario for the Nuggets, just because they're gonna get Minnesota. I mean, I know Minnesota's giving them trouble, but I just don't see that happening again this year.
This year. It's not this year.
And then you take your chances against the Spurs who don't have any experience. And then you don't have to play OKC until the conference finals. But it does open up for OKC pretty good. Pretty good. So we'll see.
Which is
Okay.
unfortunate. I was hoping the West would be a better playoff scenario, but I mean, the bottom of the East is interesting as hell. I mean, this play-in scenario is kind of weird, and then on top of that,
I
like,
know the East is still a little bit more up in the air with the play-in than the West
and
is.
even the 4-5 and the 3-4, and like, there's a bunch of different
Yeah. Um,
seeding scenarios.
do real quick in the West because everything's solidified. Trailblazers Warriors 9-10. Who wins?
Pacers.
Okay, I'm going Blazers too. 7-8 Suns Clippers. Who wins? I'll take Clips. So Clippers are in, and then I guess we disagreed, but we're gonna go with mine because it's the fast break with Drew Ambergate. And then and then Blazers Suns.
Suns. I mean, I just
Yeah, the Suns get into.
you got the Suns falling out. You have Blazers beating the
Um,
Suns after them losing
what after them losing who? Did I
to the
miss
Clippers.
something?
You have the Clippers. You have the Clippers beating the Suns, and then you have the Suns losing to the Blazers in the 8-9.
Yeah, I think Blazers are getting in. I'm riding. I'm
Wow, the
riding. I'm
Suns.
riding. I'm
Suns
riding.
season comes to a fucking sad ending.
I'm riding. I'm riding with the Blazers. Um,
Fair.
but all this, but to be fair, like if Devin Booker just goes the fuck off in one of those games, which could very well happen, then it's very different. No, dude, I like the way the Blazers have been playing. And if Denny and everybody's healthy, that's a really good defensive team. That's a really good defensive team. So, um, yeah. Anyway, so and then in the East, honestly, too many things up for grabs. I'm not going to do that yet. So we'll just leave it at the West. Um,
God, I hope the Celtics play
other
the
than
fucking
that,
Raptors. That's all I want.
yeah, Raptors or I mean
Or the
Magic.
Magic, I
I'm
guess.
fine
But
with
the
the Magic.
Magic,
I'm,
those fuckers hurt a couple of our guys last year, so I don't know if I really want to
I
play them
know,
again.
I
They seem
know.
like
That
they
was
could
part of
be
the
a
reason
little
why
desperate.
that was that was part of the reason why that Knicks series went wrong. It's because we were just like, the fuck was that first round series? And Orlando, that first round series last year had me believing big on the Magic with Bane this year, and then now it's like, nope. Okay. Um, That's all we really had on the docket today. Did you wanna talk Mike Malone to UNC? I think it's weird. Do you think it's gonna work out? I'll just do it quick. Do you think it's gonna work out Mike Malone at UNC? Or is it gonna be like
I
your boy
don't
Bill
know
Belichick?
enough. I don't know enough. I think it's fucking weird though, and I think it's sus. It's like, did he not think that he could get an NBA job? Did he not wanna wait? Did they throw I don't know what the numbers are. Did they throw, like, a bag that, like, the NBA would never throw at him? I have no idea,
Dude,
but it's just
honestly,
like, dude, you fucking
maybe.
coach Jokic and you won an NBA championship. Why not just wait for, like, another really good job to open up? But
Yeah.
apparently,
Like, Houston could
I don't
open
know.
up, Golden State could open up.
Yeah. Orlando,
Orlando.
like,
Yeah.
the Knicks.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. I think, like,
If this
the
Kni
NBA,
dude, if the
the
Knicks get
turnovers.
eliminated first round, it's gonna be bad. What?
Yeah, the NBA, the turnover is pretty heavy, so I just find it interesting that it's almost like he thought he or his agent heard that he was persona non grata and, like, he's not getting an opportunity based on, like, what happened in Denver, which is, like, weird. Yeah, I mean, best of luck to
I don't know,
him.
man.
I mean, definitely got a blue
You ever
blood,
been to
so.
Chapel Hill? You ever been to Chapel Hill? It's beautiful this time of year, bro. Great place to
No, but
raise a
my
family.
guy Drake tells me how it's fucking beautiful this time of year, so.
Yeah. Drake and Michael both went to UNC. Okay, other than that, I was gonna talk a little Giannis, but it's just weird, and we can talk about that in the
Ugh,
off season because nothing's actually happened. So let's wrap it up there. Um, thank you guys for tuning in.
he's
Make
officially entered bag territory, in my opinion.
the bag. Um, all right, Todd, I was trying to wrap the pot up, asshole. Don't act like a
Yeah, I
Giannis
just
and
needed to get that out there.
yeah, yeah, fair enough. Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in once again. Check out the Twitter, Fast Break with DA. Follow us on there. Like, subscribe. Tell your friends who like basketball. Um, and have a glorious weekend. We'll be back at you with some playing action. But thank you guys so much, and great job by you, Todd.
Job by you, bud. Love you guys.